She said at dinner, "This is the longest I've gone without cheating." Everyone laughed, except me. I just quietly split the bill and left. Later that day, her mom texted me, "What did you do?" She's losing it. Hey viewers, just a quick thanks. Over 14% of you are already subscribed, and it means the world. If you're new here and enjoy these stories, join the family by hitting that subscribe button. We're on the road to 10,000. I, 29, am Chris. I'm sitting in my car outside a diner in complete shock, still trying to process what just happened 20 minutes ago. My girlfriend Amber, 26F, and I were having dinner with her college friends at this place downtown. 5 of us total. Me, Amber, her roommate Jess, and 2 other girls I'd met a few times before. We'd been together 8 months. Things were going well, or so I thought. Amber was funny, smart, attractive. Her friends seemed cool. Normal Friday night dinner. The conversation was typical stuff. Work stories, weekend plans, some gossip about people I didn't know. I was mostly listening, eating my burger, letting them catch up. Then Jess brought up some story about her coworker who got caught cheating on her boyfriend. "I don't understand serial cheaters," Jess said. "Like, if you want to be with other people, just stay single." The other girls agreed. Normal conversation about relationships and loyalty, standard stuff. Then Amber laughed and said something that stopped the entire table. "Well, this is the longest I've gone without cheating, so I'm basically a reformed person." Dead silence for about 3 seconds. Then most of her friends started laughing, but I noticed Jess looked uncomfortable. "Amber, that's not really something to joke about," Jess said quietly. "Oh, come on, it's funny. At least I'm self-aware," Amber replied. "How long has it been?" one of the other girls asked. 8 months, Amber said, grinning. Record-breaking for me. More nervous laughter from some of them. Jess was definitely not amused. "Chris looks confused," someone noticed. All eyes turned to me. Amber was still smiling, but I could see a hint of panic in her eyes. "I mean, you knew I had some issues with commitment, right, babe?" No, we'd never discussed any issues with commitment or cheating history. Issues with commitment? "Come on, Chris, I mentioned I wasn't perfect in past relationships." She'd said her exes were jerks and things didn't work out. Nothing about her cheating on them. "You said your exes were jerks. You never mentioned cheating." I didn't want to get into all the messy details. The table got quiet. Jess was looking down at her plate. The mood shifted from awkward to tense. "Well, it's not like it's a big deal," Amber said defensively. "Everyone makes mistakes." "Mistakes are different from patterns," Jess said quietly. Amber shot her a look. "Now you do?" Amber said to me, ignoring Jess. "Now I do." 8 months into dating someone, I find out she's a serial cheater who's apparently treating 8 months of faithfulness like a personal record. The conversation moved on. Her friends started talking about something else, probably sensing the tension. Amber went back to her salad like nothing happened. I sat there finishing my meal in silence, watching this woman I thought I knew. She was laughing with her friends, completely unbothered by what she'd just revealed. When the check came, I did something I'd never done before. I calculated exactly what I owed, put that amount in cash on the table, and stood up. "Where are you going?" Amber asked. "Home. We were going to see that movie after this. You guys have fun." I walked out. Didn't make a scene, didn't argue, didn't explain, just left. Drove home and sat on my couch trying to process what I'd learned. My girlfriend of 8 months is apparently a serial cheater who sees 8 months of faithfulness as a personal achievement worth bragging about. Her friends all knew this about her. They thought it was funny. They were surprised I didn't know. Which means either Amber forgot to mention her history of cheating on boyfriends, or she deliberately hid it from me. My phone started buzzing around 9 p.m. Text from Amber. "Chris, what was that about? You embarrassed me in front of my friends." I embarrassed her. By learning she's a cheater and not finding it amusing, I didn't respond. Another text an hour later. "Are you seriously mad about a joke? It's not that serious." A joke. Her history of betraying people who trust her is just a joke. Still didn't respond. 11 p.m. "Chris, call me. We need to talk." "We really don't." Update 1, next morning. Woke up to 6 missed calls and a dozen texts from Amber, all variations of the same theme. I overreacted. It was just a joke. I'm being dramatic. Also got a text from her mom at 7 a.m. "Chris, What did you do? Amber called crying, saying you abandoned her at dinner. Abandoned her? Her mom clearly didn't know what Amber had revealed at dinner. I didn't respond to any of them. Went to the gym, grabbed coffee, did normal Saturday things. Tried to think through the situation objectively. Facts. My girlfriend has a history of cheating on boyfriends. Her friends know this. She's proud of going 8 months without cheating on me. She thinks this is funny. She never told me about her track record. Around noon, Amber showed up at my apartment. I could see her through the window, standing by the building entrance. Chris, I need to talk to you. Please. We really don't. You're being ridiculous. I was just being honest about my past. Honest? You hid your cheating history for 8 months. I didn't hide it, I just didn't think it was relevant. Your pattern of betraying boyfriends isn't relevant to our relationship? The honesty was almost refreshing. She genuinely saw her past cheating as irrelevant to our relationship. Amber, I'm done. Done with what? This. Us. The relationship? Over something I did in past relationships? Over finding out you're a serial cheater who hid that from me for 8 months. I didn't hide it, I just didn't bring it up. Same thing. Chris, everyone has a past. Not everyone's past involves repeatedly betraying people who trust them. You're being judgmental. I was being judgmental. Judging someone based on their history of hurting people who cared about them. Terrible of me. I'm being smart. So what, you're just going to throw away 8 months over this? You threw away every relationship you had before this one. Why would ours be different? She didn't have an answer for that. Amber, go home. We're done. Chris, don't do this. You did this last night when you told a table full of people that not cheating on me was your longest streak. She finally left. I spent the rest of Saturday in peace. Sunday morning, her mom texted again. Chris, Amber is devastated. She says you broke up with her over her past relationships. I decided to respond this time. Mrs. Davis, Amber told her friends that 8 months with me is the longest she's gone without cheating on a boyfriend. She hid her history of infidelity from me for our entire relationship. We're not compatible. Mrs. Davis called me 5 minutes later. Chris, honey, I had no idea about Amber's history. She never told you she cheated on her previous boyfriends? No, she always said her relationships just didn't work out. Well, now you know why. She really cares about you. She cares about having a boyfriend, but she wasn't honest about who she really is. People can change. Maybe, but they have to acknowledge what they did was wrong first. Long pause. What do you mean? Amber treated her cheating history like it was no big deal. She was defensive about it, not apologetic. Oh. Mrs. Davis, I'm sure Amber is a good person in many ways, but I don't date people who think betraying their partners is acceptable. I understand. This is very disappointing to hear. I'm sorry she's upset, but this is for the best. Update 2, 1 week later. The past week has been a circus of Amber trying to convince me I overreacted. Monday she sent flowers to my office. The card said, "Sorry for the misunderstanding." Misunderstanding, like I misheard her bragging about her cheating record. Tuesday she had Jess text me. Chris, Amber is really sorry, she didn't mean to hurt you. Jess, did Amber cheat on her previous boyfriends? Well, yeah, but then she meant exactly what she said. Wednesday she tried a different approach. Showed up at the coffee shop where I get lunch and coincidentally ran into me. Chris, hi, I was hoping we could talk. Nothing to talk about, Amber. I miss you. You'll get over it. That's harsh. Not as harsh as finding out your girlfriend is proud of not betraying you. I never said I was proud. You literally bragged about it to your friends. I was just being honest about my struggles with commitment. Struggles with commitment, like it was a medical condition. Amber, you made your choice about what kind of person you want to be. I'm making mine about who I want to date. So you're just writing me off? You wrote yourself off when you decided cheating was acceptable. Thursday, her mom called again. Chris, Amber says she's going to look into counseling. She wants to work on herself. That's good for her. She's serious about changing. Mrs. Davis, she's talking about counseling because I broke up with her, not because she thought her behavior was wrong. Sometimes people need consequences to realize they have a problem. Maybe, but I'm not going to be her practice boyfriend while she figures out how to be faithful. That's very fair of you. Friday, Amber tried one last time. Called me from a number I didn't recognize. Chris, I know you're angry, but I love you. Amber, you love having a boyfriend, there's a difference. That's not true. If you loved me, you would have told me about your history instead of letting me find out from your friends. I was scared you'd leave, so you decided to lie by omission and hope I'd never find out? I wasn't lying. You were hiding something you knew would matter to me. Everyone hides things in relationships, not things like that. Chris, please, give me another chance. Why would I do that? Because I'm different with you. You said you'd never gone 8 months without cheating. That means you've never been faithful to anyone for longer than 8 months. So what happens at month 9 or 12 or 24? Silence. Amber, you've never been in a long-term faithful relationship. You have no idea if you're capable of it. I want to try. Try with someone else. Final update, 1 month later. It's been a month since the dinner incident. Time for a final update. Amber stopped contacting me after that last phone call. I heard through mutual acquaintances that she's been telling people I'm uptight and judgmental for not accepting her past. Her narrative is that I dumped her for making a joke about her dating history. She's leaving out the part where she hid her track record of cheating and bragged about going 8 months without betraying me. Some people have taken her side. Mostly people who think everyone deserves endless chances regardless of their behavior. I'm fine with losing those friends. The people who matter understood my position. Tom, my best friend, put it best. Dude, she basically told you she's never been faithful to anyone for longer than 8 months. What were you supposed to do? Thank her for the warning? Exactly. I found out more details about her relationship history from Jess, who reached out to apologize for the dinner situation. Chris, I'm sorry about Friday night. I should have said something when Amber started talking. Not your responsibility, Jess. She cheated on her high school boyfriend multiple times, cheated on her college boyfriend with his best friend. Her last boyfriend found out she was seeing a coworker behind his back. Her friends all knew this? Some of us knew. I always thought it was messed up, but Amber gets defensive when anyone calls her out. Why didn't you say anything at dinner? I've tried before. She just says people are judging her and changes the subject. This explained a lot. Amber wasn't proud of her cheating. She was defensive about it, but she'd never taken responsibility either. Her mom called me one last time 2 weeks ago. Chris, I owe you an apology. I talked to Amber more about her past relationships. I had no idea she had hurt people this way. It's not your fault, Mrs. Davis. I raised her to respect commitments. I don't know how she developed this pattern. Some people struggle with commitment. She should have been honest with you from the beginning. Yes, she should have. She's looking into therapy now, says she wants to understand why she makes these choices. That's good for her. For what it's worth, I think you handled this with more grace than she deserved. I appreciated hearing that from her mom. As for me, I'm doing great. The past month has been peaceful. No wondering if my girlfriend is faithful, no second-guessing her late nights or new male friends. No worrying about becoming another story her friends laugh about. Started dating someone new recently. Met her at a bookstore. When we talked about past relationships, she was honest about her mistakes without bragging about them. Novel concept. The whole experience taught me something important about red flags. When someone tells you who they are, believe them immediately. Amber told me she wasn't good at monogamy. Her friends confirmed it. Her track record proved it. I chose to believe her instead of hoping she'd be different with me. Sometimes the best revenge isn't elaborate. It's just refusing to be someone's next victim. Amber wanted to see if she could go longer than 8 months without cheating. She'll have to test that theory with someone else. She said it was the longest she'd gone without cheating, like it was an achievement. For me, faithfulness isn't an achievement. It's a basic requirement. Different standards, different outcomes. Thanks for reading Reddit. Trust your instincts when people show you their true nature.